Well, folks, we've definitely got a crazy seller's market here in Fredericksburg and Stafford and Spotsylvania County, Virginia. One has to wonder, how do buyers stand a chance in this crazy seller's real estate market to get a home that they desire? How, if you are planning on selling your home and purchasing a replacement home, how do you best do that? Let's start with a rumor. There is information implying that there is actually a sharp drop in housing supply. Well, what in the world does that mean? Is there a shortage of homes? Don't we still have 50,000 housing units here in our two counties? How could there be a shortage of homes? Well, this is actually a shortage of actively sold or to be sold homes on the real estate market. This is a 5-year chart, and certainly it is true that there are fewer homes for sale at any instant in time, like the end of February, than there have ever been. Why in the world is that? People are, if you look at this green line, and again, we're on a 5-year chart here, people are indeed listing actively new listings. They're listing more homes than at any time in the last 5 years. So there are plenty of homes being sold, and yet we have fewer active listings on the market than at any time ever. Well, here's what's happening. There are a lot more homes selling. It's 20% more than at any time in the last 5 years, and really in the last 10 years. So the closed sales are much, much higher. They are absorbing these new listings, so they're not on the market very long at all. That's what's happening. As a matter of fact, again, Stafford County, for the end of February 2021, we only have about a week and a half of homes on the market. I mean, if they all sold, they'd be gone in a week and a half. That's versus a 5-year average of a couple of months. And the active listings, usually we have about 410 this time of year, but we've only got 81. So that makes it a lot tougher. So if you are a buyer, what in the world are you going to do when homes are only staying on the market for an average of 14 days? A lot of homes are selling the first day with 10 offers. One of my most recent listings I put on the market on a Thursday night at 11 o'clock, and I had 32 viewings over the next 3 days, and we wound up with 10 offers and sold about $47,000 above the list price. So homes are not staying on the market very long at all. The number of homes sold, 183 in February in Stafford versus 152 in February of 2020. The volume's 20% higher. Take a look at the dollar volume, the sold dollar volume. Again, this is Stafford County. Now this is for 2020. This is to give you some perspective. There were 3,246 closed transactions in Stafford County in the whole year of 2020. That's versus 2,704 sold in the year of 2019. Volume, the number of homes selling, is 20% higher. So there is no shortage of homes. It's just that they are, in fact, selling very, very fast. If we look at Spotsylvania County, again, it's the same sort of situation. There were more active listings at the end of February, 134, versus a 5-year average of about 356. But again, there's just no real supply. So half a month of supply, 2 weeks, and everything's gone. So Spotsy's very, very similar to Stafford. Now let's take a look at a 10-year chart just to really, again, get this all in perspective. This is a 10-year chart going back to 2011. And as you can see, this is closed sales by month. There are more sales now than any time in the last 10 years. So homes are being listed. They are selling very, very quickly, and they're not leaving much active on the market. But if you're looking to buy a home, you can very definitely buy a home. There are more homes out there to sell. Let's take a quick look at the statistics for Spotsylvania County for February 21. The price February versus February is actually up 20%, over 20%. Again, the average days on market only about 16 days, so not long. What's going on? Well, here's one thing that's going on is the interest rates are still at or near all-time lows. We did have a blip up within just the last little bit, and of course that brought all the doomsayers out. Oh my God, it's gonna bring the market down. It's gonna turn into a crash. Nay, not so. When we have a situation like this, if you were to get a mortgage with an interest rate of 5%, which is more normal from a few years ago, your monthly payment on a $350,000 mortgage would be $1,879. However, at a 3% rate, which is about where we are now, it's 2.97 at the end of the week. The payment is $1,475.61. That's 21% lower. Or a different way to look at it is as though you could buy 20% more home. Also, the builders they're building homes just as quickly as they can, but they're dealing with cost issues with lumber. So supply just is not there in terms of homes that are actively available for purchase at any instant in time. Other factors, and this is from Realtor.com, the 2021 forecast, they think home prices will hit new heights, up 5.7%. Well, Spotsylvania was up 10% for the whole year of 2020, and Stafford was up 8%. So I think our numbers will probably be a little bit better than that. The millennials are hitting that age where they're married and they're having kids, and they need homes, and so a lot of first-time home buyers are in fact millennials. I've seen various numbers, so it's hard to quote exactly where they are. Nationally, things are up 7%. We're up 20% in volume here in Stafford and Spotsylvania. Folks are leaving the cities in droves because of the potential for violence and the deteriorating lifestyle that the cities offer. So they're heading for the burbs. Millennials are very much a part of the group fleeing the cities. And many people, of course, are able to work remotely as opposed to having to be in an office. Our new president is talking about, and I'm sure with control of Congress, should be able to pass a $15,000 tax credit for first-time home buyers, and also provide an actual down payment assistance to service workers. This is only going to cause an increase in the already high demand for homes in 2021 and beyond. These factors, combined with the new shift towards at-home work, will make it more feasible than ever for people to purchase homes, meaning that there will be a steady stream of buyers ready to purchase your home or to compete with you if you're a buyer. So the market characteristics very definitely favor sellers over buyers. That's why we call it a seller's market. There are plenty of homes. Transaction volume is 20% higher than historically, but homes sell in a fraction of the time. So active inventory is 80% lower at an instant in time. Buyers, if you want to acquire a home, you've got to go immediately. So when your cell phone dings that a new home has hit the market, and by the way, you can track the coming soon and do drive-bys and stuff and get a jump on things. But you have to schedule a showing immediately, the first day that the home is on the market. Expect multiple offers and competing bids. just be prepared to compete effectively against them. Well, how do you do that? There are a lot of ways, and I'll show you some of them here, but I can show you much more in depth, as you'll see in just a moment. A strong down payment helps. Strong earnest money deposit helps. Be prepared to make an offer above the list price. Don't expect the seller to pay your closing costs or other seller concessions. You want to minimize your contingencies for appraisal, home inspection, and financing. In fact, a lot of people are waiving the home inspection, or they're doing it for information only. Financing, you want to be sure that your financing is locked in and you know that you're going to get it. As far as appraisals go, appraisals sometimes are coming in lower than the contract price. So what you may have to be prepared to do is to offer dollars above a low appraisal. So if appraisal came in $10,000 low, you might guarantee half of that or even all of it in that event. We can also use price escalators. I'll give you a way to find out what that is. Expect to lose some of the competitions, but just be persistent. You have to use an agent. I'd love to be your agent, obviously, but you definitely have to use an agent. Agents can explain all of these techniques and negotiate for you. Have your finances in order. You've got to have a strong team relationship with your lender. I can recommend lenders. I know some very, very good ones. You've got to be fully approved, meaning all your documents are in. You've got to be a sure thing. You've got to be able to pay your own closing costs, so you have to have some cash on hand. You want to be able to present the very strongest possible terms to the seller to win. And we can show you how to do that. What if you have a home to sell? Well, many buyers do. It's a great time to sell, obviously. You may want to have your replacement home under contract before selling. Home sale contingencies in a purchase contract just won't work in this market. So what to do? Well, there are a lot of things that you can do. On my website, you can look into Samson Instant Offers. We can get multiple offers from institutional buyers. Now, they may not be willing to pay absolute top price, but we can do a bridge program where an institutional buyer actually acquires your existing home and then leases it back to you, enabling you to buy your next home before moving out of your current home. You're in a position to find a new home and move out when you're ready, but meanwhile, you've been able to access the equity in your home and acquire your new home without a home sale contingency. There's always another home. My wife's got a saying about that. We've had that experience personally in looking for our homes. We fell in love with a particular home, got it under contract, and then wound up selling that contract to another buyer who wanted to buy us out. And in that event, my wife was already emotionally living in the house, and at the same time, it made sense financially to sell our contract and go look for another home. She found another home in about a week and a half. So remember, volume is up 20%, even though nothing stays on the market very long. Sellers are selling their homes, and there are plenty of homes. There is always going to be another house for you. Now, I mentioned that I could share with you some techniques to win a bidding contest. Text me at the number you see there, 540-841-1825, and I'll send you my post on how to win a bidding war. Hey, thanks for looking at my video. I hope it's helpful to you. I'd love to be helpful to you. So let's get together and talk about selling your home or acquiring that perfect home for you. Thanks again for watching.